All righty, sports fans, welcome on in. It is the Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell here on ESPN 792.1 FM. Proud to be a part of the Utah ESPN radio network. Utah's #1 sports talk and home of your Utes. So glad you could join us. Oh, we're going to have so much fun today. It's at the middle of the weekday, I think. It's called Hump Day. You know what that means? It's a little engine that could. We're going to get you through the roughest part of your whole entire week. We're going to chug up that mountain and make you slide right into the weekend, nice and easy here on Wednesday. So really excited. I'm just telling you. And I say this every day, and I say it because I mean it, and I say it because I have gratitude, and I really, really appreciate that you tune in. I really do. It means a lot to me. Love what I'm doing. Love to talk about sports. Love to talk about all of it. In fact, today is going to be a little different. Today we're actually going to I just have all these crazy little ideas that have popped into my head today. And we're just going to go through them, and we're going to hit them, and we're going to see which ones you like, which ones you don't. You're going to like them. These are good. These are way good. So Just by way of information, the Buffalo Bills this offseason have spent $1.26 billion in contracts. So they just paid the running back. Their guy, I guess he was a hold-in. That's what they call him, a hold-in. You hold out, maybe you don't get paid, but you hold in and you get paid. And he got paid handsomely today, so that's exciting. But this whole show is exciting. And if you missed any part of it, don't worry. Just go to the ESPN 700 Sports app or ESPN700sports.com. You can stream us live. You can get any of the content at any time. We make it easy for you because we care. We care. We truly care. Omaha. Everybody knows what that is. But do you really know what Omaha is? I know what it is. It's actually quite simple. Omaha, of course, is part of Peyton Manning's cadence, right? And so you'd hear it on the broadcast, Omaha, and you don't hear anything else, but for whatever reason, you hear Omaha. And I wonder if the sound guys were instructed when Omaha comes up, turn up the volume. We want to hear Omaha. Now Peyton Manning's turned it into a production company. He goes around, and I actually kind of enjoy some of the things he does. And, of course, his brother, Eli, they go interview people. They kind of make light of some of the fun and humorous things that are actually in sports, and they do a good job. So we like I can tolerate the Manning brothers. I really can't, because I think they're I appreciate their humor. But I want to talk about cadence and Omaha and what Omaha actually means. So this is what Omaha actually means. Basically, everything that I've said to this point, we're done with it. The clock is running out. We're going to get a delay of game penalty. So I'm going to call Omaha. Omaha means everybody stop what you're doing, and we need to snap the ball right now. And there are different terms that have been used for this throughout the history of sports. But you need to have a cadence. You need to have a word, something that says snap the ball right now, because the play clock, because the center doesn't know, and a lot of the quarterbacks' cadence is, it's their silent counts. There's put their hands down, their finger down. There's all kinds of crazy things, and all it simply means is snap the ball, please. We're going to get a delay of game penalty. That's all Omaha is, just so you know. And if it's anything different, I dare to prove me wrong. Or it could mean we have a play on, and we're going to keep that play on. Or we're going to kill that play and go to the second play. It's just it's a very simple thing. It's not some magical mystery thing. And there's even a part of it where, because this happens, maybe Peyton Manning forgot what the snap count actually was. Because it's not an uncommon thing for the quarterback to go, you tell everybody, you hear the play from the coach, right? It comes in your headset. Then you tell everybody in the huddle. So now I've told everyone. And you're thinking the whole time in your mind, okay, what am I doing on the play? And as you do this, because you're trying to remember the play, say it. Not only are you trying to say it, but you're trying to say it in a way that's convincing, right? You can't just mumble the play and the guys go, well, their quarterback has no confidence in this play. So there's an inflection in your voice that has to exude confidence and belief. You got to sell your guys on this play. Like, look, guys, we're going to get in a trips right slot flutter motion. Okay, we're doing the flutter motion here, and then we're going to call scat protection. That means get out of here. Get out of here. You got to go. And we're going to do the 545 F post swing. Like, doesn't that sound good? Are you like, is everybody pumped about that? That's the inflection, right? You have to have this confidence.
Right.
So you got to remember the play. You got to say it with like some attitude, with some confidence. But here's what happens. You hear the play from the coach and you go, okay, what do I do on this play? Like, because you're hearing it and you're like, okay, I got to remember. It says, okay, scat protection, I'm only protected with 6 guys. If they bring 7, I have a problem. And what's the solution? Well, then this receiver has to change his route, and I just get rid of the ball quick. It's a hot route. So you're going through, and then you got to read, and your progression is the post to the 4 route to the backside 5 to the swing. So you're going through this whole thing in your head in a millisecond, and then you got to tell it to your teammates in the huddle, and then you go, it's on 2. And everyone goes, ready, break. We're going to the line of scrimmage, and you're again thinking, and you're also watching the defense now because you're approaching the line of scrimmage. Okay, it looks like it's a single high safety. Maybe it's a 2 high safety. Here's the Sam. If he blitzes, we're in trouble. Well, actually, if the Mike and the Sam blitz. So really, I got to look at the Mike linebacker. So you're going through all this information, and then you go, as you get to the line of scrimmage, what's the snap count?
Right.
And you forget. So you get from the time you say it in the huddle to the time you walk to and it happens a lot. Now, as a quarterback, you have an Omaha call. You have the ability to go, all right, I'm changing the play. Or I'm changing the snap count. And you can't be super complicated because football players really aren't that intelligent, right? So here's how you do it. You have red, white, and blue, right? That's the color of our country, right? We're just, we're red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Okay? What do you think red is? The snap counts on what if it's on red?
It has to be a hot alert.
Or red is number 1.
Yeah.
Red's on 1, white is 2, and blue is 3, right?
Yeah.
So you have your normal cadence, right? And so the cadence has a color in it. So and you repeat the color. So you go set, so everyone gets set, then you go red, and I'll get into that in just a second. The colors mean something, or they don't. They're just dummy colors. They don't mean anything. And then you give a series of numbers, which could maybe be what the play is, or change to, or whatever. And so, but if you come up to the line of scrimmage and you just yell out a color, red, white, and blue, that tells you, all right, whatever the snap count was in the huddle, whatever I told you before does not matter now. It's over. So what I'm telling you right here at the line of scrimmage, that's the new snap count. Because and the reason you do it as a quarterback is because you forget. You forget from the huddle to the line of scrimmage. So or now there's another one. Because colors, because you actually go, well, red would be a hot color or something like that. So it could be confusing for the offensive lineman. So colors actually mean something. So what our Omaha number was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So Monday was 1, Tuesday was 2, and Wednesday was 3. And so you go Monday. And I just come to the line of scrimmage. I just go Monday. And that just meant it's now on 1. And I may have called on 3 in the huddle. It doesn't matter. And almost every time I just started calling out the cadence as I went to the line of scrimmage. Because I just forget. And I think everyone got used to it. Now the reality is the defensive guys will pick up on this stuff. And they'll go, we know what Tuesday is. They won't ever tell you, because if they tell you, then you'll change it, and they don't want you to change. It's like when when they tried to figure out the code for Midway Island in World War II. Like they don't want them to know that they know, so they want them to keep using their codes, and so because I would do the same thing to a defense. Right? You just everyone's trying to steal everything.
So I'm gonna cut you off right there for a quick second. So obviously, if people don't know, you used to be in the Tom Moore offense before Peyton Manning was in the Tom Moore offense, and obviously we're talking about Peyton Manning's Omaha. So was Peyton Manning smarter than you with calling Omaha and Tom Moore? Was Tom Moore like, listen, this lefty didn't get my cadence right. Can you call Omaha and get it right on the offensive line?
No, the coaches knew that you would forget the snap count. Okay, and that's a great question because if you remember, the Dallas Cowboys are like, okay, here we go. Everyone ready. You remember Dak Prescott?
Yeah.
And you know why he's doing that? Because they had all these guys jumping off sides all the time. So it's because just so you know, offensive linemen would come to the line of scrimmage and they'd forget the snap count. So you know what they would do if they forgot? They go check. They just say check. And you go Monday, Tuesday, whatever. So I wasn't the only one out there everyone forgot to snap. Why do you think you have people jump off sides? We have people. So now you try to use the cadence as a weapon,
right?
And there's some guys that are really good at using the cadence. Aaron Rodgers very good at using the cadence as a weapon, and I think it can be overdone. You know how you can use the cadence like you get so wrapped up in the cadence that you're like. We have offensive plays that work very well. We don't have to go beat a team and 5-yard penalty them all the way down the field. Picking the right situations to hard count a team, very important. And there are some hard, fast rules about some of it. When you are if you're inside of like 2 yards, backed up offense, it should automatically be a hard count. Think about it. Okay. They don't like you're on the 1 yard line and they go, okay, if you guys jump off sides, we're moving the ball a half a yard.
Right.
They can never move the ball into the end zone.
Yeah.
But it's inches backwards. But 5 yards on your goal line, if you got 5 yards, that's like life-saving. So you always hard count a team when you're backed up. And you never hard count a team when you're going in to score. Like if you're on the 2 yard line, why would you hard count a team? Because if you hard count them, you're not going forward very much, but you're going back 5 yards, and 5 yards down there is like 100 yards.
Yeah.
And so you just have to learn when to hard count a team, and it's really good to hard count a team like on third down, because those defensive linemen are pinned. You know, they got the ear spin. Now, what I like to do is I like to get in a rhythm and then snap the rhythm. So I like to go on one, like, you know, or two, like for 3 or 4 plays in a row. And then I would notify everyone and I'd say, okay, listen, I'm going to hard count them. Okay. And the verbiage you would use in the huddle says, look, I'm going to hold your water. Okay, don't let your water break. Don't start having a baby on me at the line of scrimmage here. Because you really influx your voice, and that voice inflection as a quarterback at the line of scrimmage, it gets people to jump off sides. It really does. And so, but the problem is your own guys get jumpy, right? You can't have your guys get jumpy and their guys get jumpy too. So cadence is like just. Like I could do a week-long dissertation on the snap count because it's such a valuable thing. It's very underutilized with people, and it's overutilized. Now, let me explain something to you. Okay, you've heard of the zone blitz, right?
Yes.
Tony Dungy's he kind of
the Tampa 2 zone,
the zone blitz, all that stuff. So it had rules. And how he used to do it, and what made it so hard for you, is you would set your formation, the strength of your formation. So every defense calls out the strength of an offense, right or left, right? And they use their fancy terms like lion and Ringo, or Any L word or R word, that meant strength is left or strength is right, because it dictated the responsibility of all the defenders and where they fit in the defense. So the Tampa defense, they'd set their defense and you'd set your offense, and then as you got in your snap count, they switched. They changed everything.
Right.
And so now you're messed up because they blitz people and you throw hot, and then they drop people out, and so you're throwing hot into a zone, which is a no-no, because whenever a team blitzes you, they're always in man coverage, or that's how it used to be. And so that was the big thing with the zone blitz, and it really wreaked havoc with offenses. So what you do is you call a dummy cadence, and so you play Tony Dungy, and the dummy cadence started with the color brown. So you go through your cadence, set brown 25, brown 25, and they shift, they do all their sneaky stuff, and then you start the cadence over again. And you start it over and you go set, and then if you want to change the play or change the protection, then you do it after you've gone through. And so the cadence evolved to that, where you now you start calling dummy cadences that don't mean anything, and you get the defense to declare itself, and then you have an idea of what you're doing. And that's how it's evolved. Now here's another dilemma you have in the NFL. You play all the teams in your division twice. So if you have all these words and code words and cadence and all this stuff, and they play them, like after a while, people figure this stuff out. Like they thought the Enigma code was, unsolvable. They couldn't crack that code, and they did. And it's the same thing in football. People eventually figure your stuff out. And the reason they do is because you have to still execute your offense. And you can't be learning all these new, exotic, crazy code words. I mean, there comes a point when you just got to go out on the field and execute.
Right.
And because of that, you eventually get where you go, we just got to stop with the fake cadences and the Omahas and all these crazy things. So the other thing is really good teams become brutally predictable. The really like playing the Dallas Cowboys in the mid-90s, they were so good. And they were so good themselves is because they just said, here's who we are. Like, we're going to throw comebacks to Michael Irvin. We're going to run the ball with Emmitt Smith in an I formation with Moose Johnson. We're going to run powers. We're going to run counters. We're going to run, off tackle. We're going to throw the ball to Jay Novacek as our tight end. And that's who we are, and just try to beat us. And they did the same thing defensively. They were just really good. And so they basically said, we just think we're better than you, and we'll out-execute you. And if you had any kind of game planning, you could play well. It's funny how there are just certain teams like that you play better against than others. And for whatever reason, anytime I played the Dallas Cowboys, we just won. We just had good games. You think of Aaron Rodgers, or you think of Brett Favre. They just had the Bears number.
How did I know you were going to go there?
They just had, but it's true. It's weird how that is. And then they're just certain, like when Brett Favre played, when he would come to Detroit, he was good for 3 interceptions every time he came, and he played horrible when he would come to Detroit. Now he just played horrible, except
for that one game.
There was 1 year. Well, yeah, that was yeah. But for the most part, and it's not like it tried every single time.
Yeah.
But a large percentage of this time, guys just, for whatever reason, and a team for me that was just, I don't know what it was, the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's just, I don't know what it was, but man, those freaking Steelers, man, I just hate those guys. Hate those guys. Hate them.
That's Steel City, man.
So, are you telling me we have to go to a break?
We have to. I have to cut this story short. We gotta read a Weight Vision and go to break.
Oh man, I got so much.
We got more
I
time.
have a list of stories. Like I didn't even get through all of what. Well, we'll get to more of it.
Yeah, we got more.
We got so much more. But I'll tell you what else. You know what more we have? We have Weight Vision more. These guys are amazing. Amazing. I went into their office, and part of it is because I can't see very well. I have bad vision. One day I'm going to tell the story of actually when I got contact lenses. Have I ever told that story?
No, you got.
Oh, maybe we'll tell that in the next break. Anyways, bad eyes. Go into Weight Vision. Blown away. Beautiful offices, right there in Thanksgiving Point, UCCU building, right off the freeway, and it's stunning. And they blow you away from the minute you get there, and it never ends. You do these full diagnostic workups, and they identify exactly what the challenge is with your vision. They do all types of vision correction surgeries. I went in and had a lens removed and a lens put in, 15-minute procedure, minimal downtime, changed everything. Like I can see, I look on computers, I look on my phone, I look close, I look far, and it's like, wow, everything is clear and in focus. And if you've ever had where you've had a vision problem and it's corrected, it's like seeing light for the first time in your life. It's just an incredible thing. I'm so happy with what they've done, and they do an incredible job. Dr. Waite is just amazing. Fellowship board certified in a refractive vision correction surgery, and he is the top dog. He is amazing at it. Go check him out, waitevision.com, WAITE vision.com. We'll be back. I'll tell you my vision problem when the Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell returns on ESPN 792.1 FM. All righty, sports fans, welcome back. It is the Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell here on ESPN 792.1 FM, Utah's #1 sports talk. Fun segment in the beginning. We got an education on cadences and what Omaha actually means. And I'm not 100% sure on Omaha. I'll just say I'm about 98.9% sure. Omaha just means cut out all the BS, all the crazy talk here at the line of scrimmage. I basically forgot what the cadence was, so snap the ball. Well, see, the problem is it's all about the play call.
Well, maybe that 2% is the reason why Tom left and said, "Man, I got to go find Peyton Manning. He can do 100% of Omaha. Scott here can't even get Omaha spelled."
No. Now, to give you a little NFL history, so we're talking about Tom Moore, who longtime NFL is still assistant coach, longtime offensive coordinator, very successful. His career started with the Pittsburgh Steelers and Terry Bradshaw. He has a Super Bowl ring from, I think he has two of them with the last two with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The 78, 79?
Yes, that's when he started in the NFL.
Wow.
He's I think he's 87 years old now.
Wow.
And he's been everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And part of the offense that he really, so he was a quarterback coach and became a coordinator in Detroit. And a lot of the system that he developed and continued to use through his career was what a lot of things we did in Miami, or we did in Detroit, which some of those concepts came with me from the Miami Dolphins. And the Miami Dolphins offense goes all the way back to Johnny Unitas. In fact, Tom Moore was talking with my agent in Tampa. So Todd Bowles, the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, is a client of my agent. So he was a client when he was a player, and then he just kept him as a coach. And so he ran into Tom Moore, and Tom Moore said, "Hey, I'm still running the same things that I ran with Scott when he was in Detroit right now in Tampa with Tom Brady." So that's the NFL doesn't really change. It really doesn't. There are some concepts that change.
Yeah.
And but it stays pretty much the same. Okay, so Martin wanted to hear my story of a man named Brady who is busy with the three boys of his own. No, I'm kidding. That's a childhood thing. You never watched the Brady Bunch, did you?
Yes, of course I did.
Wow. Every day you surprise me, Martin, because I just there's things I think you won't know, and you do, and then there's things I think you will know, and you don't.
Brady had 3, and his wife had 3, and they all had a
We're not clear on exactly what happened to their previous relationships. That we're left in the dark. We don't understand. We just assume it's like, hey, she had 3, he had 3. They just formed together, and it worked out wonderfully.
I'm old enough to remember Three Stooges and Gilligan Island.
Oh, come on.
Of course I remember the Three Stooges.
I used to love Gilligan's Island. All right. I promised Martin wanted to hear the story about getting contacts. So I always thought I had good vision. Every year at the beginning of the season, you get a physical. I mean, right at the beginning of training camp, boom, you get a physical. And it's thorough. They check everything. Mm-hmm. Everything. Hearing, vision, I mean, all of it. In fact, with the Miami Dolphins, they had a reflexologist. They would test your like reflexes, like how quick you could, physically react to certain things. You know what my reflexology was?
What?
I had the same reflexes as a hockey goalie in the NHL.
Oh, really?
I got ninja skills. My reflexes are crazy. Like I surprised myself. Like Mr. Miyagi, catching the fly with the chop. That's child's play. I warm up doing that. Okay, that's how good my reflexes are. My vision, however, not the same. A little bit different. So I get this eye exam, and they go, "Oh, you need glasses." And I go, "Glasses?" I go, "I'm getting ready to start a football season. You want me to get glasses?" And they said, "Well, we'll wait until the bye week, and then you can get some glasses, and then you'll have the bye week, and then you'll have the next week of practice. You'll have 2 whole weeks before you actually play in a game. Get used to wearing contacts, and away we go." And I'm like, great. So I get these contacts in the bye week, and our next game is against the New York Giants in New York.
Uh-oh.
I put the contacts in, and I'm just like, wow, this is incredible. This is what it looks like to see like normally. The same thing with the Weight Vision. It's like it's just been incredible. I put them in. I practice. I'm fine. I go to New York, and I have contacts in for the very first game of my life. In the first half, I throw 3 interceptions. and I go into halftime, and I'm like, I hate these stupid things. I can actually see now. Like, I was better off not being able to see. It's like, and maybe I'm colorblind. I don't know. I think I'm throwing it to our team, but I'm certainly throwing it to. So I take them out. At halftime, I just rip them out. I go back in the second half. We come back, win the game.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I'm never wearing those again. And I never put them in again. And so I played the rest of my career without corrective lenses. So there you have it. There's my corrective lens story. Now I have another. Okay, I've got so many stories today. This is like, so Myles Garrett got a ticket, and he got a ticket for speeding.
Yep.
And I think he was doing. Sorry. He was doing 100 in a 60-mile-an-hour zone.
Wow.
Now, I've done 100 miles an hour before, and I did it on a very remote desert road. In fact, it was after Utah played in the Pac-12 championship game, or it might have been when they played in the Las Vegas Bowl, one of those two games. And I drove down to the game. So the next day, I'm coming home, and I'm like, I'm going to take the long way home. So out of Las Vegas, there's US 93, hang a left, and you go through rural Nevada.
Yep.
There's a stretch of road that's straight for, half of Nevada. And I'm out in the desert. I'm in my F-150. And I'm like, I want to see how fast this thing will go. So I take off. You know how fast my 150 goes?
120.
I don't know. It goes 106, and then a governor kicks in, and it will not let me go over 106 miles an hour. So I know it at least goes 106. So I couldn't even go faster. Like, I don't have one of those go fast cars, And I read this. Of course, Myles Garrett's coach is not happy with him. Bad things happen. You think of wide receiver for the Las Vegas Raiders who was speeding. I will just tell you, for whatever reason, and I don't know what the reason is, I think I kind of have an idea. Speeding is a thing for professional athletes. I don't know what, and it's not a we're above the law. It's not a like we matter more than you do.
It's that adrenaline.
There's something like I have always driven fast, and not like crazy, but like with a purpose.
I was about to say you weren't on the team, but remember the 2 Houston Texans players that died in the speeding accident? What was that, 95 or something?
I don't remember.
Oh God, I thought you did. Okay.
No. Anyways, but I wouldn't surprise me. Jerome Brown.
Yeah.
Had that issue. He died from being in a car. And it's not an ego thing. It's literal. And this is what I think it is. I think it's that your brain gets programmed to processing things quickly. Like you have to. Like we were talking about my reflex.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of joking about I have really good reflex. I really do. I just don't ask me how. It's not something. It just happens. I did practice it. Like I had a vision board with all these different lights and all these different things, and so I worked on my mind picking up lights and colors and directions and reacting. So I was training my brain to respond quickly, and it's very similar to that in a car. So I drive to downtown Salt Lake, and to me, it's a Tetris game. It's like, how do I get through this maze of things as quickly as possible? It's like trying to come up to a solution of how I can actually do things most efficiently, because that's the way your processing plays. It's like how how do I, in this circumstance, because I don't know what all these defensive players are going to do.
Right.
They're going to do something different every play. They're even going to have the same defense called, and guys won't react. The outcome is not going to be the same because you have 11 human beings against 11 other human beings, and we all move weird and different, and we think and we react in different ways. And so you have to be able to ad lib and make these corrections and adjustments and judgments. Like you have to make a decision quickly, and you have to be decisive in those decisions. And I think when you get in a car, you kind of take it with you. Like it's really hard for me to go in a car and watch someone else drive. Cannot do it. Like I'm a driver. I got to be the driver. Otherwise, put blinders on me and I can't see. Like, cause it's just a terrible thing. Now let me amplify this for you. When you talk about problems and you add alcohol into it, that's where the problem. Now, see, for me, I don't drink alcohol, so I don't.
Yeah.
You know, and I really consider. I don't feel like I'm a reckless driver because I'm extremely aware of what's going on around me. I'm a focused, concentrated driver all the time. Like I when I get in the car and drive, I'm driving. So after football games, when you travel, here's what happens. You come home, you fly in an airplane. It's a commercial airliner, like Delta, United, American, whatever. But you've chartered the plane, so it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
So you get off the plane. Most teams, your car is either parked at the airport or they drive you to the facility, and then you get in your car and you drive home.
Mm-hmm.
Now, most players have had something to drink on the airplane. They used to put beer in all the seats. They'd have big giant like Ziploc bags.
Yeah.
They'd put ice in and they'd put like they put 2 beers per seat. And you had 2 guys per 3 seats. So you had 6 beers among 2 guys.
Ooh.
Now I didn't drink.
So you pass it on.
So everyone loved me because they wanted my 3 beers. And I'd give them away. But it wasn't just beer. These guys, they bring hard alcohol and stuff like that on the plane. So most of these guys were kind of drunk and so you have all these guys who have super hyped up reflexes with alcohol getting into car. It was like the Indianapolis 500 leaving the airport. And every week I go, someone is going to die. Like this is just not a good thing. And so when I saw this thing about Myles Garrett and how he's this he's this speedster, I'm just like, that is such a common thing in the NFL. I think that's actually what the reason is. So when I saw that story, I was like, well, we got to talk about this. Now here's another story, and I don't even know I'm bringing this up. Okay, I have no idea why I'm bringing it up, other than it feels like to me that sports figures, models, movie stars, singers are kind of connecting. Doesn't it feel that way a little? I mean, and it's not like everyone, but it just seems like in my era there wasn't a lot of crossover.
Uh-huh.
In fact, I think Jason Sehorn married Angie Harmon, and she was kind of a big deal then.
Mm-hmm.
He was a DB from the Giants, really good DB, by the way. But it wasn't a common thing,
right?
And it just seems like a lot more common. And so I saw this thing where Taylor Swift, who's probably the most popular entertainer in the world,
right?
Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that.
Yeah. And people can argue whether she's talented. You know, talent and popularity aren't necessarily mutually. Right. I know for a fact Britney Spears, who was immensely popular. You know who she is, right?
Yes, I do.
You like Britney Spears? Not really.
No.
Okay. Oops, I Did It Again?
Yes, I know that one.
You like that one?
Yeah, well, because it's catchy. I mean, everybody knows that one.
Yeah. Well, because you kind of have done that before. Oops, yeah, I did it again.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever that again is, I don't know, and I don't want to know, Martin. Just so you know, I don't want to know. No, I don't want to know it.
Okay.
But how cool would that be if you're Travis Kelce? That's what I came up with when I saw this.
Yeah.
She goes. I'm going to announce my new record on my boyfriend's podcast, who happens to be one of the, would we say, most popular players in the NFL today?
One of, yes.
Yeah. And at one point, I'm not sure he's there anymore, but very talented, right? I'd throw to Travis Kelce. I'll just tell you that right now. I would love to be in a huddle. I would love to go into games with Travis Kelce. No question about it. And how I saw this and I was just like, that is cool. It is really cool that, your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, is going to launch their new album.
Yeah.
Like never in any universe that I ever grew up in, I ever thought about like I didn't see this cross culture, and I kind of like it.
Mm-hmm.
I just think good for Travis Kelce, and quite frankly, I'm cheering for them to work out. Like I think I would be massively like crushed if Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce broke up. And I actually want to tune in because I think is it today? We're pubbing Travis Kelce.
I believe so. Yes.
New Heights podcast, and he has his girlfriend on and she's pubbing her new album. Now, does she play songs? Do we know if she plays songs on the album or on the podcast?
I do not know.
Will she sing a little ditty for her boyfriend while they're on there?
I would assume so. Yes.
And so there's part of me that goes, that's really cool. And then there's another part of me that goes, that is the luckiest SOB in the world. And it's simply from this. Do you know the downloads that he gets for something like that?
Yeah.
It's probably worth
millions.
At least $1 million for him to have her on his show and to get the bump that he would get.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because I want to tune in. Just so you know, I for no other reason than I want to watch this. I don't want to watch the whole thing. I just want to watch the interaction. What I want to watch is I want to watch the realness of it.
Yeah.
Like I want to see because they're in a very casual situation and they're having a conversation and you're peeking in on the conversation. And that's what I want to see. I want to see how they react to each other, like the human side of it. Like, are they lovey-dovey? Are they all do they put up a wall and they act professional, or do they actually, that's nice. They're very real and sweet with one another. And that's a good thing. I that's what I want to tune into. And I want to see what the album is. Because it's like, I don't know, how many fans does she have? 1 billion?
Yes, at least.
And this is her new album, and she's releasing it on his show.
Yeah.
They love each other. They're getting married. In fact, they'll probably get married on a podcast. That's what's going to happen. They're going to get married on a podcast. Should we take a break?
And yes, we should.
In what?
No, we should take a break.
Okay.
We should.
I have a ton more. I don't want to get into something. I want to kind of I want this to simmer. Oh, I got some fun stuff. Okay, it's Wednesday. It's a little engine that could, and I hope, because we're just having fun today. We're having a fun way to get us on that downhill slide into the weekend. Little engine that could is doing it, and it's happening right here before your eyes on the Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell on ESPN 792.1 FM. All righty, sports fans, welcome back. It is the Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell here on ESPN 792.1 FM, Utah's #1 sports talk. And so glad you could be a part of the show. We're having fun today. You having fun, Martin?
I'm having a blast.
You are the man. You are the man with a plan.
Trying my best.
You're doing amazing. So just some fun, I don't know, just some fun off-the-wall topics that I find interesting, and I like to share them with you. And so, nanner. What was that? Nanner, pants on fire? No. Nanner.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of sayings from my youth that I cannot say today. I mean, I can say them. I don't have a problem with them. I don't know what I'm so worried about. What are you going to do, fire me? Okay, fire me, fine. What am I going to do? Go off and have a good freaking time. How about that?
Don't get fired. I go back to part-time work.
I get fired. I get hired. I get fired. I get all of these things. So that's awesome. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, here's something that I found really funny today. And Aaron Rodgers apparently has a new headset, a helmet. And he goes, it looks like a spaceship. And actually, I kind of felt that same way about all of the new helmets and equipment. Like, it looks like they look weird. And then they put these little, like, concussion, like, bumpers on. It's like they're playing bumper cars or something in football. And by the way, it doesn't impact, like, it doesn't change. It's not going to help with the concussion. Like,
well,
a
it's
concussion,
not supposed to cure them. It's just supposed to prevent them less.
What is it? A concussion is a disease? Like, when you're trying to let's cure concussions.
I mean, we need less CT, like people like Mike Webster and Aaron Hernandez. We need less. Yeah,
the
like
whole
that.
CT, that's a different. Anyways, but when he said this, it just brought up in my head how picky professional athletes are about their equipment. Like they're so oversensitive. It's like, you know, like girls, women, they're very sensitive about their clothes, their hair, their nails, and guys aren't, right? Guys don't care, but they care about their equipment. Well, some guys care. I found Joe Burrow really cares about his appearance. Like, he is like really into. He's a fashion icon. Like, he goes to Paris for Fashion Week.
I mean, if you have that
he
one,
has a personal dress. Like, why did I not have this when I played professional? Like, he has his like, everyone has a personal everything, right? And he has a personal dresser. That sounds a little bit like Roman, you know, like he's an emperor in the Roman era. A stylist. I'm getting information from people here about what it's a stylist. He has his own personal stylist. And that's, you know what? I'm holding out. I'm not going to be on the radio anymore. I want my own stylist to dress. And he dresses in some stuff. Like Joe Burrow. He looks funny. Anyway, so this whole thing about, and it's really a thing. I still have my equipment from when I played professional football. And I had a pair of shoulder pads that I got as a rookie, and I never got rid of them in my entire. So they literally, and the equipment manager. So you move from one team to the next, and they just ship your equipment. They just ship it to the next team. And they're these old Douglas, like super flex. I don't know what they are. They don't even make them. Like, the shoulder pads today don't even count.
So you and Tom Brady were kind of similar then.
Kind of, sort of. I'm telling you, all professional athletes are just anal about their equipment. And you notice, like, the slightest imperfection or the slightest adjustment or like, I can't imagine if I played at Oregon. Like, I wouldn't be able to play here because you changed my helmet, like, at halftime. It's like it's a white color and it's a silver one. It's a whatever gold color they have, because your helmet is like. It's like a fine set of gloves, you know, and you kind of have to put them on and you have to work them in, and that's how your helmet is. And it actually hurts when you first put it on.
Yeah, it does.
Like, the worst thing that happens to you in sports is not having someone hit you really hard. It's having someone step on your toe or putting your helmet on. Yeah. Those are like the most damaging things. And you get these little square blocks imprints on your forehead.
Oh yeah,
They don't go away for months.
the cheek ones too. The cheek ones hurt the most.
It's a horrible thing. And so, in fact, when they put stuff in your helmet. So they put a microphone in your helmet when they started the thing where the coach called the play in your ear.
Yeah.
And not only that, they put a receiver, and they put batteries, and they stuck them in your helmet, and it changed your helmet. And so I played in the World League early on in my career, and they got really innovative with, they were putting cameras on us. And so I had a camera. It looked like a cigar, and it was poking out right from the side of my helmet. So it was like me seeing. So it was like, and there was just this little thing, in my peripheral vision. But then they put this massive battery on the back of my shoulder pads, and I looked like the hunchback from Notre Dame. And I go, I can't, like I felt like I was wearing a backpack. And it's like, how am I going to drop back with this 2-pound weight on it's going to throw my game off.
So you had one of those hunched linebacker pad ones that you had?
I have an assignment for you. Okay. I want you to go look up helmet cam World League. Ooh. And there's actually a video, and it's one of the best videos I've ever seen. So I'm scrambling, and I'm looking for a guy, and so I moved out of the pocket, and off in the distance you can see a defender running at me through this camera.
Uh-oh.
And he's getting closer and closer, and I'm standing there like I'm not paying attention to him. Of course, I know that he's there, and I throw the ball right before he hits me, and then he hits me. And it's like it's Emmy award-winning theater. It's incredible. So, but the thing about it is that athletes are they're actually really funny about their equipment. Now, the other thing was the football.
Yeah.
And if you actually even talk to baseball pitchers, they will tell you they'll find a baseball. And so it's a very particular thing. And you're so tuned in to your body and your performance that the smallest change will throw things off. And it's a real thing. I'm just telling you, equipment matters. All right. I'll tell you what else matters. RGS Exteriors matters. And we have none other than the man himself. Tim Brown Jr. joins us on the program. How are you, Tim?
Life is good, my brother.
Life is good.
And hey, by the way, it's not just professional athletes. College guys are the same way.
Everyone is.
My kid has to look, he's provided everything, and he has to have his own special custom-made X-Tech shoulder pads. He's got 3 Vices helmets for every color that he plays in. It's like these guys, anyway. Enough said, but yeah, it's not just NFL. College guys are like it too, even at the FCS Division I level, like my boy.
I know it's a thing. It's weird. It's strange, but it's all about perfection, right? And that's what you guys have done at RGS Exteriors. I mean, you guys have been in business for over 70 years. You vet out products. You've expanded over time only when it's made sense to provide the type of security, the type of product that goes into your home. Because to me, my home is like one of the biggest investments I have, and you guys are there to help secure, to make sure that investment increases in value and gets the most out of whatever home you have.
100%. Look, the reality of it is your home is your biggest expense. Everything you buy in life, generally speaking, depreciates except for your home. And so our whole goal is to make it so that when you come home, you look at it, it looks amazing, you're so happy, you just love what you look at, but your home's getting more value. And when you change the exteriors, the gutters, the siding, the roofs, the windows, decks, whatever it is, you make those changes. Not only does it look good, but you're also appreciating the home value.
So it's hot. It's the summer. We're getting into fall. School started again. Why in the world would you want to look into getting something done on the exterior of your house, whether it's the siding or the gutters? What makes now a very special time to give you guys a call?
Good question. And honestly, now is the absolute best time. And the reason why is we're kind of in that shoulder season. And why that matters is the summer, everybody's on vacation. No one wants to mess with it. But as you mentioned, kids are starting school this week, and next week pretty much everyone will be in school. And so now it's time to really look at your home and get ready for the wintertime. And the reality of it is by the time we get products ordered, by the time we get an installer lined up, by the time we get a design done, all that's going to take a little bit of time, and it's going to take a couple weeks. And so really, if you want this done by the end of the year or before Christmas, now is really the time to call. And look, we're not these high-pressure guys. That's not what we want to be. But if you want this project done before Christmas, you do need to call now.
And people can call, and they can get consultation. It's absolutely free. You'll talk to them. You're not going to sell people just anything. You're going to really give them the right product, the right information, the right suggestion, the right plan for their house based on what they really need.
That's so important what you said, Scott. I appreciate that because in our industry, we've got a really bad reputation. And I'll give you a little insight. Basically, what they do is they call them drops. So these salesmen will come in with an X price, and the longer they're in your living room, the lower the price gets. And the salesmen are given specific numbers. Hey, here's where you start. If they say no, then you go to this, and et cetera, et cetera. Well, you could literally be half the cost when you started. And what happens is the salesman just doesn't make as much commission. So he goes in. If he can get Mrs. Jones to sign yes on the first time, they make a ton of commission. And the problem is that is screwing homeowners, really. It's just not fair. We don't play that game. We're not high pressure at all. We're not going to sit in your living room until you say yes. We're just there to educate you. And all our whole goal and our purpose is to educate the homeowners of what's available, what we can do as a company, what's out there, what would look good, what wouldn't look good, and we give all the information to the homeowners and let them make an educated decision on their time.
RGS Exteriors have been around for 70 years, and so they're not going away. They're your neighbor. They're going to want to do a great job. How can people get a hold of you?
Really, just give us a call, 801-280-3110. 801-280-3110, and or just go to our website, rgsexteriors.com. Just mention that they heard us on your show, and we'll hook them up with some discounts and some different financing options. Just make sure they said they heard us today.
Awesome. There you go, folks. Give them a call. Check out their website. We're going to leave. The Sean O'Connell Show is next. Thank you for tuning in to the Down and Dirty with Scott Mitchell here on ESPN 792.1 FM. Until then, we'll see you then.